Is it really possible for a tiny tweak to your morning coffee routine to ignite your metabolism and put your body into full fat-burning mode for the rest of the day?
Check out the link in the video description now and transform your morning coffee into a metabolism-boosting super drink.
Douglas Ross has an aggressive case of P45 syndrome. He's handed in his resignation, is working his notice and no longer gives two hoots what anyone thinks. His final FMQs as Tory leader showed all the telltale signs. Sarkiness. John Swinney declared himself in active dialogue with local authorities over social care. According to my Swinney to English dictionary, that means he's talking to them. The inclusion of active remains a mystery, but perhaps it means he phones them while out jogging. The Douglas Ross lexicon offers an alternative definition. Active dialogue is telling them they are having their budgets cut yet again by this SNP government, he snipped. Presumably you can do that while jogging, too. Probably advisable when you're picking people's pockets. Then there was name-calling. John Swinney wants to get applause from the clapping seals behind him. The Tory leader harumphed after the nationalist backbench came noisily to their boss's defense. Mr. Ross, the presiding officer growled. Yet again I must draw your attention to Standing Order 7.3. Does Standing Order 7.3 forbid insults to seals? Is she worried a walrus might sue for being compared to John Mason? Apparently not. Members shall at all times conduct themselves in a courteous and respectful manner. Ross wasn't in a courteous or respectful mood. He inveighed against the nation's drugs deaths, alcohol fatalities and lowered life expectancies. The SNP is bad for Scotland's health, he railed. He was letting them have it. It was like that film Death Wish, where a mild-mannered Charles Bronson snaps and goes on a rampage. Except instead of bumping off muggers, Ross was setting about one Nat leader after another. Then came another gloomy monologue about the desiccated state of the country under the SNP. From Salmon to Sturgeon to Swinney, he fumed, all that they have achieved is dividing Scotland. Poor Humza Yousaf. Ross managed to forget all about his 13 months in Bute House. Oh, and he was impudent. Even made a dig about Swinney being considerably older than him. Cheeky wee toe rag. He'd have got a clip round the ear in my day. I found this all immensely refreshing. Ross's take-no-prisoners approach delivered one of his sparkiest FMQ's performances. He should have thrown caution to the wind sooner and let rip like this every week. I particularly savored his commitment to giving a comprehensive list of all the roads the SNP promised to upgrade but didn't. He rhymed them off: A9, A90, A96, A7, A75, A77. If the MP thing doesn't work out, he's got a bright future as a bingo caller. Ross has been Conservative leader just shy of 4 years, an eternity in these times of blinkennial Miss M party leaders. As political shelf lives go, a Ross is a pretty respectable span, equivalent to half a Sturgeon, 3 Yousafs and 29 Trusses. If things go his way on July 4th, he'll stand down as both Tory leader and MSP for North East Scotland. Labour's not even back in yet and already people are losing their jobs. He's done his bit at Holyrood and now it's time for someone else to roll up their sleeves. The Conservative chief has never hidden his preference for the halls of Westminster. For all its faults, the Commons is a battleground where grand rhetoric, low jibes and the occasional idea are exchanged. Even on a good day, Holyrood just can't compete, with its sterile modern architecture and pervasive air of mediocrity. It's like someone corralled every public sector HR manager into an IKEA and called it a parliament. Even so, it's a hell of a time to shift your Tory political career to Westminster. Given a choice between the smoldering ruins of the Conservative Party and a weekly wall of clapping seals, Douglas Ross still sees more of a future in the former.